I mean,
Yeah.
Be down to single digits by next weekend.
High of 17.
Yeah.
We'll call a meeting to order this morning, Tax Committee, January 5th, 9 a.m. We'll look at the claims and peruse those for a moment. So you're comfortable with them or have a question?
An idea about, what people think.
Anybody have questions on the claims, suggestions, observations?
I do. I'm going to abstain. That's mine.
Yeah, okay. Any decisions on the claims? Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to pay claims.
Yeah. In a second?
Second.
Yeah. Any further discussion on the claims? If not, a motion and second to pass the claims on to the county board and approve the claims for the county board. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion passed. Unanimous. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Seeing none? Anything committee members would like to bring up at this meeting? Nothing. Mindy, report?
I really don't have anything. I've got the balance when you get down to the recycling funding, what is available in that account.
Any questions from Mindy? Anything else, Mindy? Slow time. Thank you. Lisa?
January 7th, which is Thursday, the State Board of Elections will certify to us the state and federal candidates that go on the ballot. We enter all the candidate information, and then our election vendor sets up the ballot, which is a process of proofing and sending it back and proofing and sending it back until it's all right. January 29th, military ballots have to be out, and February 4th is the first day to early vote or vote by mail, which is formally absentee voting. Now it's known as vote by mail. There is no absentee voting anymore. And then also in elections, we have 2 polling places in Watsika, that 2, maybe 3 that we're going to be changing, so we're working on locations for new polling places. In tax extension, we're waiting for all the drainage district levies to be certified to us from the circuit clerk's office. They have to go through the circuit clerk's office first. And then all of that information has to be entered. I've got to check and see how many drainage districts we have, but it's a lot. So entering, proving, and working out any issues with splits and et cetera, that we work with the assessment office on that, is about a 2-week process. Right now, Debbie's entering the levies from all the other taxing bodies. We have approximately 144 taxing bodies. And then yesterday, we sent out letters to all the secretaries and clerks of all this. Any entity / unit of government that receives taxing money to receive their list of people who are required to file statements of economic interest, and then all those names have to be in their addresses entered, getting them ready to send out letters and statements of economic interest from them. And then we're also working on getting the 1099s ready for 1099 interest statements ready for tax buyers. You know about tax buyers, so busy time.
Yeah. Any questions for Lisa? Busy. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Don?
Okay, so December we picked up 6 dogs. We had 1 dog fight and 4 dogs dropped off by the facility over there. And let me just give you an update about the flood, what happened. So we had like a temporary shelter by the Walmart, in front of the Walmart, and we had 11 dogs, 2 cats, and the last dog went home last night at 9 o'clock, and we don't have any more dogs or cats from anybody. Everything went very smooth, very nice, and no sick animals, nothing like that. So no complaints, everything is fine. And if you give me 2 minutes, I want to talk about the new system.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so we started to distribute. Unfortunately, the flood happened at the time we were about to distribute the tags and registration forms to the veterinarians, but we would like to thank Shay. She did a tremendous job. She did a very good job, with the tag and registration forms together, distributed to the veterinarians in the area, and Kankakee as well. And the only one from Eric County didn't receive the registration and tag is Dr. Schleff in Gilman. He said, yesterday wasn't a good day for him, but hopefully he will get everything today. Couple or 3 clinics refused to start the system because they are outside of the Iroquois County, and they are applying the same policy for the other counties, like Champaign. They want to follow the rules of Champaign or Kankakee. It's okay with us since they are not belongs to Iroquois County, but we are asking them to, anytime they get rabies vaccine, they need to give us like a list every month of the people who got the rabies vaccine from Iroquois County, so we can follow up with the people and then call the people to come here to Kathy to get the registration and the tags from her, which is going to be extra work for them or extra trip for them. But people, the veterinarians start to work with the new system now, which is very easy to get the tag, the registration at the clinic while the veterinarian is giving the vaccine. We don't have any complaints so far. The only thing we're waiting for is our system. I don't know when we're going to start having this type of session for the how to use the system.
We haven't heard back from the software company at this point. They're going to get a call today.
Today, okay. All right, great, thanks.
Anything else? Any questions for Doc? Okay. Are we conjuring up a question?
With the new form, well, hopefully it'll get all the way around.
It is.
On the right-hand side where the amounts are, they just circle one of them then, whichever
It's,
applies?
yeah. For the price, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Correct.
Based on,
Like output and output, correct. And every clinic has the same paper you have, and they have a form to waive the dog from having the rabies vaccine based on his health, his health status. Like the guy called me yesterday, he said no, my dog is very old, 14 years old, and I cannot give him the rabies vaccine. They have now a form, the veterinarian has to sign, fill out the form, sign it, and fax it to us. He still has to pay for the registration, but he's not going to have a rabies vaccine.
Any other questions?
is there an age with a dog which it becomes hazardous to have them spayed or neutered?
So it's okay, the question again.
Is there an age of a dog which it becomes hazardous for the dog or cat?
Yeah, I mean, like, if the dog has, like, let's say it's like 10 years old or so and has a heart problem, then it will be like, contraindicated at this point. But, I mean, if he has been waiting for the time, he has to pay.
So it'd be hazardous to the dog, but yet then the owners would still have to pay the higher fee.
Correct. And this is the Illinois law, by the way, animal law.
Any other questions?
I'd like to, last thing I'd like to thank Mr. Daniel for helping us with the registration. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Did a very good job.
Any other questions? Anything else?
No, thank you.
I'll give you this,
Yes, sir.
I got some things on here, I'm gonna send that with you, sent to, question, and I'll talk to you later. Recycling. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, most of you guys know me, but if you don't, my name is Ray Gutdorf. I'm the legislative aide for Tom Bennett in his Watsika office. And here's a flyer kind of what we did previously last year. I'm going to give you guys a little bit to look it over. Sorry, I had to replace my inkjet, so some of it's pretty hard to read. But what we're doing is I've been talking to our staffer in Springfield who's in charge of this event, and they're hiring a new company. And so we're still trying to find out the logistics on that. So this is just more of letting you guys know about the event, and then I'm going to work with Mindy and you guys next month to kind of figure out more of a monetary number. So this is just kind of letting you guys know about the event, because we still don't have a final cost, so I can't ask for an amount if we don't really know the exact cost. But this is the recycling event. It typically is either in late April or early May. I know it's pretty hard to read, but we have quite a bit of partner organizations throughout the county. And included, we recycle everything from electronics, which is the huge jumbo TVs that you've seen. A lot of you see them in ditches because people unfortunately throw them out in the ditch. So this is kind of an event that we've done for the last 3 years to help clean up the county, to recycle these things so it's not in the landfills, it's not in the ditch. It gets recycled, and it's actually a positive for this area. We have great participation from everywhere. We have people from Shabans to Cissna Park, to Narga, to Gelman, to Watsika. Throughout the county, people will come, some with trailers full, to bring the recycling event, to bring the recycles to the recycling event, and we recycle everything: flags, keys, eyeglasses, electronics, and hearing aids. And there's different organizations who are in charge of each. Other than that, this is just kind of giving you a synopsis about the event. And next month, when I kind of get more of the logistics down pat, when I have the final date and the monetary amount, I'm going to come before you guys to ask about that. But this is just more of a letting you guys know about our event. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I can't pick some of those up. Do you also contact like the FFA groups and the Boy Scouts from each?
Yeah, Boy Scouts, FFA, Kiwanis, Sheriff's Department.
Because that'll get that date, bigger where people can get it there.
Right.
They can pre-stage it.
We still we're still waiting on the date because it's mainly having to deal with the recycling company, and we typically are in front of Big R, so working with both the recycling company and Big R and figuring out that date, and then letting know the different civic organizations throughout the county, letting them know kind of what's going on. Everything from them to the Lions Club to even Best Buy has helped us quite a bit in the past. So that's something that we're wanting to continue the partnership. And this year we're kind of looking at how we can work with the county on it too. And I know there's a fund in place, but we weren't quite sure how to request funds, and we weren't sure if anyone has done that before. So this is just kind of letting you guys know about the event and then figuring out how to request formally funds later on.
The other cleanup is, and I'm not sure when it is in the spring, but it used to be done out of Captain Wayne's on the west side of town. There's a river cleanup every year.
Okay.
And there was probably 2 or 3 pickup loads of this kind of stuff in that cleanup every year. But I don't know if it's still going on because he's shut that down
Right.
in the
And
last couple of years.
I know, and also many towns have their town cleanups as well. And actually, last year Milford brought a lot of their electronics from their town cleanup to this event. So it fills the purpose of helping clean out the county and getting them to the recycling area, because we live in an area we don't have the easiest access to recycling, so this kind of fulfills that need in the county.
Any other questions? I think, obviously, it's an event that needs to happen. I think it's something that we should be involved in. However, I think somebody's got to figure out who's going to pay for, or how it's going to be paid for out of coffers of Iroquois County, because it's not in the budget currently, and I don't know, we don't know a funding amount at this point. So maybe we'll request that that be discussed in finance. If you can come up, please, with some kind of a ballpark.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. We've been playing telephone tag with our recycling company since before Christmas. So they had a new CEO take over, and that's kind of changed their numbers. So I could have gave you the original ballpark estimate, but I feel like that wouldn't be fair to you guys because that ballpark estimate could have changed. So I wanted to give you guys closer to the exact amount.
Well, on Thursday morning this week, I'm assuming that the finance committee will be meeting, and it would be advantageous if they had some kind of an idea, even if it was from last year.
Okay.
Anything else, Kyle? Okay. Anyway, any other questions at this point? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Anything else you want to bring to this committee?
I don't know if it applies during this session, but there's, you want to report on that, Kyle, the recycling center temporarily closed?
I'll tell you what it does on the front page of the paper. Local River Valley Recycling closes temporarily. there has been a decrease in volume and an extreme drop in commodity prices during 2015, and you can read it if you want, but basically, they're closing the doors temporarily, but with no date of reopening.
Is that all installations,
No,
Kyle?
just the...
Just this one?
Just this one.
Because they closed one in Kankakee.
They have one on Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Well, local scrappers will be able to use their ID number at the 550 North Hobby Avenue location in Kankakee. I think they had two up there before. Now,
They closed the one on the south side,
They closed the
yeah.
south side down. Now this one's closed. Again, it says temporarily, but doesn't sound no problem.
I know when I got my report yesterday, I think scrap was $110.50 a ton, metric ton, yesterday, 5 cents a ton. We're just a little ways from paying somebody to
Yeah.
take it away.
That's right.
Trucking's 5 cents, so
Yeah.
that's it,
It'll end up in the waterways yet.
back in the river.
Any old business? Calling for old business. New business? Anything new? Further? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no.